Let's be honest. The moment you clicked on this video, a part of you already sensed something deeper happening between you and her. You feel it in the way she looks at you and then quickly looks away. You feel it in the energy, that strange gravity pulling both of you closer while she keeps pretending nothing's happening. And if you're being honest with yourself, that uncertainty is starting to eat at you because you're not imagining it. A woman who's in love but scared will never confess it with words first. She reveals it in the subtle, almost invisible cracks of her behavior. And those cracks only appear when her heart is slipping faster than her mind can control. But before you assume she's playing games or sending mixed signals just to confuse you, you need to understand something deeper, something that most men go their whole lives without ever recognizing. You need to understand something crucial. When a woman is falling in love against her own defenses, the first battle she fights is not with you, it's with herself. She doesn't fear you hurting her. She fears so deeply she already cares. She's scared because she knows that with one small mistake, one bad moment, one wrong assumption, you could break open a part of her soul she spent years trying to protect. That's why she acts confusing. That's why she gets close, then pulls away. It's not disinterest, it's emotional turbulence, the kind that makes her heart race and her logic collapse. And for a woman who's been disappointed before or betrayed or overlooked, loving you feels risky, no matter how good your intentions are. And here's what most men never realize. A woman who is scared to show love becomes hyper-aware of every small detail. She watches how you talk to others, how you react when someone disrespects you, how you handle pressure, setbacks, and misunderstandings. She studies these things quietly, not because she doubts you, but because she's trying to decide whether it's safe to surrender her heart. That hesitation, you see, that pause before she replies, that sudden change in her tone, those are not signs of confusion. Those are signs of a woman analyzing the emotional landscape around you, searching for stability before she allows herself to fall completely. And she won't say a word, but she feels everything. But here's the part that should shake you a little. When a woman is in love but scared, she doesn't pull away because she wants distance. She pulls away because the feelings are intense, overwhelming. She needs space to process them so she doesn't expose herself too soon. She needs a moment to breathe, to slow down her heartbeat, to regain control. And the more she tries to suppress the emotion, the stronger it becomes. Right now, you're probably thinking of someone, a face, a voice, a moment, and you're wondering if she feels what you feel. So, listen closely. Her fear is not a rejection. It's a sign of depth, meaning, and real attachment. And the fact that you're here searching for answers tells me this connection is already affecting you more than you admit. She is not running from you. She is running from the version of herself that loves too deeply, too honestly, too completely. And that version only comes out for a man who touches her soul in ways she cannot explain. So if she hesitates, if she sends mixed signals, understand this. Her heart is already leaning toward you, but she needs to feel that her vulnerability won't be met with silence, confusion, or disappointment. When a woman is in love with you but terrified to let it show, the first sign isn't loud or obvious. It's in the quiet things she thinks you'll never notice. And the truth is, these small behaviors reveal far more than any confession ever could. One of the strongest signs one man overlook constantly is the way she becomes strangely protective of your emotional world. Not in a dramatic, possessive way, but in a subtle, almost tender way she'll never admit. She pays attention to the things that hurt you, the things that frustrate you, the things that drain your energy. She listens when you talk, not because she's curious, but because she's invested. Yet when you look at her, she'll pretend it's nothing. She'll play it cool, even though her mind is cataloging your moods like someone who's afraid of losing something precious. Another sign she's falling for you while trying to bury it is the way she gets nervous around you more than she would around any other man. You might see her hands fidget, her laugh change, her voice soften, or her eye contact break at the exact moment you lean closer. That's not shyness. That's emotional overflow. When a woman feels something powerful but fears the consequences, her body betrays her long before her words do. She becomes hyper-aware of herself, hyper-aware of you. She second-guesses every move, not because she doubts you, but because she doubts whether she deserves the connection she feels happening between you. But here's the most confusing part, the part that keeps men awake at night. When a woman is scared of how much she cares, she will start doing something that seems completely contradictory. She distances herself at the exact moment she wants you the most. She'll respond a little slower. She'll act a little busier. She'll create just enough space to calm her heart down. This isn't disinterest, it's self-pee protection. She's trying to keep her feelings from rushing out too fast because if they spill out before she feels safe, she's afraid she'll lose control. And losing control is her deepest fear. Yet, even when she pulls back, she can't disconnect fully. That's why she still watches your stories, still remembers things you said weeks ago, still subtly positions herself near you, even if she acts like she's just passing by. You'll catch her glancing at you when she thinks you aren't looking. You'll feel her energy shift when you talk to another woman. You'll sense that invisible tension, that quiet emotional pull she refuses to acknowledge. It's not imagination, it's attachment, slowly breaking through her defenses. And here's what really exposes her. She notices the smallest changes in you. If your tone is different, she feels it. If your mood drops, she senses it before anyone else. A woman who is scared to show her love becomes incredibly emotionally synced with you. Even if she denies it, she feels connected. And that connection frightens her because she knows how much is at stake. So when she hesitates, when she creates distance, when she acts both close and far at the same time, don't assume confusion. Assume depth. Assume meaning. Assume a heart trying to love you carefully because it already loves you deeply. The third sign that a woman is in love with you, but terrified to show it, is hidden in the way she reacts to your presence without even realizing she's doing it. When she has strong feelings she's trying to hide, her entire emotional system becomes louder than her words. She becomes more alert around you, more sensitive to the energy you bring, and she mirrors you in ways she can't consciously control. If you're calm, she relaxes. If you're stressed, she tenses. If you withdraw, she feels it like a shift in the weather. This emotional synchronization isn't something she chooses. It happens because love has already pulled her into your orbit, even if she's trying to pretend she's unaffected. One of the most revealing signs is the way she becomes unusually thoughtful about the smallest things you say. She remembers details that even you forget. She recalls your preferences, your stories, the names of people you mentioned once without thinking. She notices how you take your coffee, what songs you repeat, the way your mood shifts when you're tired or frustrated. She collects these small pieces of you quietly, as if building a private universe where you're the center. But when you look at her, she pretends none of it matters. That denial is fear, not apathy. Another powerful sign is the way she becomes inconsistent with her vulnerability. One moment she opens up and lets you see a softer, warmer side of her. The next moment she retreats and hides behind a wall. That inconsistency isn't manipulation, it's emotional overload. She wants to let you in, but every time she gets close, her mind floods her with warnings. Warnings from past pain, past disappointments, past moments when trusting someone cost her more than she expected. So she fights the impulse to let her guard down, even though her heart keeps pushing her toward you. The closer she feels, the more her fear spikes. And then there's the jealousy she tries so hard to hide. She won't act possessive. She won't make dramatic comments, but her energy shifts the moment another woman steps into your attention. Her smile fades a little. Her tone changes. She becomes quieter, more observant, more inward. She notices everything. What the other woman says, how you react, whether you seem too interested or too available. She won't confront you about it because she has no claim over you. Not officially, but inside, she feels it sharply. Because love always awakens the fear of losing something you haven't even admitted you want. Another subtle clue is the way she seeks your validation without making it obvious. She'll casually mention something she did, a small achievement, a change in her appearance just to see if you notice. She's not fishing for compliments. She's searching for emotional confirmation. Confirmation that you see her, that you value her, that you regard her differently than you regard others. And when you do validate her, even in the smallest way, you'll see her entire energy brighten, even if she tries to hide the reaction. And perhaps the clearest sign of all is this. She feels safest with you, even if she's scared of you emotionally. Your presence calms her, but your closeness terrifies her. That contradiction is love trying to break through her fear. The fourth sign that a woman is in love with you but scared to show it isn't in what she says, it's in what she avoids. Saying, a woman who feels deeply but fears exposing it will often skirt around topics that reveal vulnerability. She avoids talking about her feelings directly changes the subject when love comes up, or laughs off moments that touch her heart. This avoidance isn't casual, it's deliberate. She's protecting a part of herself that she knows is fragile, a part that only you could break or cherish depending on how you respond. And the irony is, the harder she works to hide it, the more obvious she files them away quietly, as though storing them in a secret place only she's access to. And then without announcing it, she acts in ways that show she cares, bringing up those details later, using them to make you smile or subtly aligning her actions with your preferences. It's quiet, almost invisible, but unmistakably intimate. You'll also notice she hesitates before she fully engages emotionally. She wants to reach out, to send a message, to express herself, but something inside holds her back. She fears rejection. She fears misreading signals. She fears the intensity of her own feelings. And sometimes that fear manifests as distance, coldness, or casual indifference. But the truth is, her heart is already committed in secret. And every moment of hesitation is just her mind wrestling with how much she should risk revealing. And here's the most important part you need to understand. When she finally allows herself to act, even in small ways, it's a monumental leap of faith. That quiet glance, that lingering touch, that subtle smile, they aren't casual. They're evidence of love breaking through fear, proving that her heart has already chosen you, even if her words haven't yet admitted it. The fifth sign that a woman is in love with you but afraid to show it is hidden in the way she communicates, or sometimes in the way she doesn't. Words can be deceiving, but energy never lies. Pay attention to how she reacts to your presence, to your tone, to the emotions you don't even express. She will instinctively adjust, not to manipulate you, but because her heart is reading yours without permission. And that's a key difference. She's not trying to control you. She's trying to connect while protecting herself from the vulnerability that scares her the most. You might notice she reaches out in small, almost imperceptible ways. A text that arrives at just the right moment. A message that seems casual but carries hidden concern. A fleeting good morning that lingers longer than usual. These moments are proof that she's thinking about you constantly, even if she pretends not to. And here's the thing. A woman who fears showing love won't make herself too available. She will manage her interactions carefully because she's terrified of revealing too much too soon. Yet every small gesture she makes is loaded with unspoken emotion. And if you learn to see it, you'll recognize the depth of her attachment immediately. Another revealing sign is how she reacts when you express yourself openly. A woman in love but scared will become unusually attentive. She will remember exactly what you say, sometimes quoting it later, sometimes weaving it into subtle acts of care. She won't announce it, she won't demand recognition, but her mind and heart are constantly cataloging your world, building an internal map of who you are, what you value, and how she can quietly fit into that space. And if you respond with empathy and understanding, she begins to trust that her heart won't be shattered if she ever decides to lean in completely. Then there's her behavior in social settings. She may seem reserved or cautious around others, yet her attention always returns to you. If you talk to someone else, she notices. If someone laughs with you, she reacts subtly, sometimes smiling, sometimes frowning, sometimes retreating a little to contain her feelings. These micro reactions are not random. They are indicators that she feels deeply, but is terrified of admitting that her emotions are stronger than she can comfortably handle. Love in disguise always leaves traces, even when she tries her hardest to hide it. You will also notice moments when she seems distracted or lost in thought. She may appear preoccupied, staring into space, smiling at a memory, or quietly replaying an interaction with you. This isn't absent-mindedness. It's her internal dialogue, wrestling with feelings she doesn't dare expose. She is imagining the what-ifs of a relationship with you, planning scenarios, analyzing outcomes, preparing herself emotionally for possibilities she's not ready to voice. And finally, there is a consistency in the inconsistencies. She may pull back, she may hesitate, she may act indifferent, but if you look closely, patterns emerge. Her behavior always circles back to you. She always finds ways to be near, to observe, to support. The fear is there, yes, but so is the love. And the tension between the two creates a magnetic pull that is impossible to ignore. The more you understand this, the more you'll recognize that her heart has already made the choice. You just have to see it. The sixth and final sign that a woman is in love with you but terrified to show it lies in the moments she chooses to be herself around you. Not the polished, guarded version she presents to the world, but the vulnerable, imperfect, deeply human version she usually keeps hidden. She lets slips of her true feelings show in subtle ways. A soft sigh, a lingering glance, a smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes at first, but grows warmer the longer she looks at you. These are the moments she risks letting you in without saying a word. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that in her presence, the mask drops just slightly, revealing a heart that is captivated by you, even as fear battles to keep it concealed. She also shows her love through small acts of care that seem almost accidental. Perhaps she remembers something you casually mentioned once weeks ago, or she notices when you're tense and offers comfort in the most understated ways. She doesn't announce these actions. She doesn't frame them as gestures of affection. But behind the quiet attentiveness is a powerful emotional truth. She is constantly weighing how to express care without exposing her deepest feelings too soon. And every time you respond with warmth and understanding, you chip away at the barrier she's built around her heart. Another unmistakable sign is the way she reacts when you talk about your past, your fears, or your dreams. She listens not just with interest, but with empathy, absorbing your words in a way that shows her mind is mapping a future where she might be by your side. When a woman is afraid to reveal love, she tests whether it's safe to imagine intimacy. Her hesitation isn't lack of interest. It's a protective mechanism. She wants to feel out whether you are trustworthy enough to handle the weight of her emotions without breaking her or betraying her trust. Her energy around you is another clue. She may oscillate between playful teasing and moments of serious attentiveness. She may withdraw briefly only to return with more focus and care. This push and pull is not confusion. It's love trying to balance with fear. Every retreat is temporary, a self-imposed pause to manage intensity. Every return is proof that her heart is drawn to you irresistibly, even when fear tries to push her away. And finally, she finds ways to stay connected even when she distances herself verbally or physically. She watches for your moods, remembers your routines, notices your preferences, and adapts subtly to them. Her gestures are quiet, her attention persistent, and her care undeniable. You may not hear her say, "I love you," but every action, glance, and subtle touch speaks volumes to the man who is paying attention. So, here's the truth you need to understand. Fear does not erase love. Hesitation does not cancel connection. Mixed signals do not mean indifference. Every subtle sign, every fleeting glance, every small act of care is a roadmap to her heart. And if you recognize these signs, you hold the key to helping her feel safe enough to show what she already feels. Now, here's something for you to think about. Consider this equation. Her fear multiplied by her love equals the intensity of what she feels for you. Can you calculate that balance? Share your answer in the comments below. And if this video helped you see what you were missing, like subscribe and share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth.